Bet Exchange presents Fafa Duama versus Temba Mkize.
And here we go, Pauls. Next up, it's a flyweight matchup, and now we see the debut in the UFC of Temba Mkize, a tough competitor here, sitting at 2-0 in his professional career. And Simon, talk to us a little bit about Temba Mkize, finding out of that great KO Fighting Fitness group under Dallas Jacoby, Martin DeBeer, and Amanda Lino, all a part of that stable.
Yeah, we talk about how a quality of fighter is based on the quality of the guys he's sparring with. And man, he's got guys like Martin DeBeer, Amanda Mad Dog Lino, and look at the coaches there, Dallas and Rodney. I mean, they're just great. They're building a lot of good fighters up in KO Fighting Fitness and Umhlanga Ridge up in Durban. He's a compact fighter. He's got some nice striking, 2-0 undefeated. He's got a nice submissions, a Muay Thai champion, an AFL champion. He's coming to the EFC with a lot of momentum and a lot of promise. A lot of people in the MMA community are very excited to see Temba Mkize make his EFC debut here tonight.
In the Adidas Prep Zone, of course, the global leader in combat sports equipment and apparel. That is Adidas. Check them out at sndsports.co.za. And listen, Dallas Jacoby, once again, coming back at EFC 76 and stepping into this coaching front with Ronde van der Vloot. And Dallas Jacoby has gone on and on to us about how good Temba Mkize is. And if he has a seal of approval from a former EFC welterweight champion, then I'm on board as well. Mkize looking to make a big-time impact in a talented flyweight division that just keeps getting deeper.
Yeah, indeed it does. And with this kid, wow. I mean, he's so wiry, but he's so fast. He's very athletic. He's good off his back. He's got some really good, crafty submissions, but he's fast on his feet. He's a very exciting striker. He's able to get in and out very quickly, trade in the pocket and get out of damage before he takes the counter. He had a really good amateur career and fought some really tough EFC stalwarts. I mean, he's got losses to BK Bokang Massignani, some losses to Martin DeBeer, and he lost to Rocky Ilunga, Elaine's brother, by decision. So he's had some really tough fights before coming in here. So the viewers are going to see him now and thinking, wow, this kid's making his debut, but he is very experienced. He's almost a veteran making his debut. A great prospect for the EFC future.
We see the debut of Temba Mkize here at EFC 75. Temba Mkize inside the hexagon, and now it's time to welcome his opponent into the Grand Arena. A guy with one of the best nicknames in the game. That's right, Kilo Yomombele Papaduama. He has a cool name anyways, but the nickname really puts it over the top, right?
It's a cool name. I've got some reservations about the possible meaning of it, but...
yeah, well, just keep your mother away from him and you're fine. So Papaduama making the walk here. He's 2-1 in his pro career with wins in his last two fights, Super Madlopa and then Aziashu Shitamba, a very talented fighter. He got the win by unanimous decision, and Papaduama is extremely talented, this guy is. And, I think a little underrated still.
Yeah.
Coming out of that camp with Bada Edri, Spaiz Jacobs, the Fighters Inc. Training camp, and just a really talented guy.
Yeah, he is indeed, but he's going to have his hands full with Temba, because usually Fafa, he likes to grind out. I mean, he's always been to a decision with a win or loss. He always goes all 3 rounds. And when he lost on debut, in a very tough fight in Durban, actually, to Dan Shaw Moodley, that was a 3rd-round decision loss. But yeah, he's come back with some decision wins, but he's a grinder. He's got great top control, but if he's against someone who's so wiry and fast and got such a great scramble like Temba Mkize, he's going to have very difficulty grinding out decisions like he has done before. That being said, there's a lot of changes at Fighters Inc. Like we said, we always talk about how Spaiz Troublemaker Jacobs is the main fighter there, but I was speaking to Papaduama's coach, Fidar Edris, and Fidar's saying they're making some big plans for 2019. There's a couple more fighters coming to the EFC next year making their debuts, and the quality of their sparring partners, like I said, just with guys like Temba Mkize and Umhlanga, started to increase. It's great to see that growth in some of the smaller camps, not just in Durban, but in Cape Town. It's a real Cape Town against Durban battle here tonight.
100%. Papaduama, a very confident young man, very, very talented. At 26 years old, has really made some waves. Carries a really big crowd behind him as well. Has a ton of fans in the arena here, representing here in Cape Town. Fafa Duama looking to make it 3 in a row. What a big fight for him. And if he can make it 3 in a row, then the step up in competition should be pretty sizable.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting how they match up on the feet, because he's actually a southpaw. It'll be interesting to see how he's able to cope with Temba Mkhize with that Muay Thai background and the AFL background. He's like very experienced on the feet and with the kickboxing. Be interesting to see how the orthodox against southpaw match up, particularly with these guys who are so darn quick. And that's what we like about the flyweight fight, Cyrus, isn't it? Is the speed of these guys. You can see how athletic they are. And wow, it's one of those things where if you blink, you're going to miss it.
Fafa Duama talking a little bit already with Temba Mkhize. No love lost between these two. You can follow the game in real time with BetExchange's live match tracker, offering you a live feed, in-depth stats, and commentary as you lay your stake. That is BetExchange.com.
And now for the easy equities tale of the tape. There's a 3-age height different. Temba Mkhize being 3 years older, 4 inches higher. When the athletes weighed in yesterday, it was just a 1 pound difference in the weight and a 6.7-inch reach advantage for Fafa Duama. Open up a free Easy Equities account today and get 50 Rand in your account on us. What happens after that, it's all up to you. Easy Equities, investing made easy. Let's make it official now and let's get things going with Cyrus Fees.
And now, 3 rounds in the EFC Flyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist undefeated with 2 wins and 0 defeats. Standing 5'4" tall, weighing in at 124 pounds. Fighting out of Durban, South Africa, Temba Mkhize. And now his opponent, standing across the hexagon, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. Steady 5'8" tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa, Fafa Kiloyomombele Duama. Your referee when the action begins is Bobby Karagianidis.
The lovely Lassetti joining us here tonight in Goodwood, Cape Town. Rex Diffin Gearbox now open in N4 Gateway Industrial Park, Pretoria for all your gearbox, differential, prop draft and CV joint repairs.
And here we go, a big response for Fafa Duama. A lot of fans in the house tonight for Kiloyomombele.
There's always a great Congolese crowd come out here in Cape Town, don't they? They really make the events come alive here in Goodwood.
Temba Mkhize.
You ready? You ready? Fight!
Time to go to battle here as Bobby Karagianidis gets us started. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy, the official energy partner of the EFC. In the yellow is Mkhize, in the white, Fafa Duama.
It was Mkhize. He refused the glove touch, seemingly.
A lot of talk. You saw it at the weigh-ins. A lot of emotion here. And, you know, I think Fafa Duama has to kind of hit his opponent. What a takedown.
Trying to isolate the neck straight away.
Duama, incredible.
Takes us back.
Well, this might be a short night.
Oh, almost had it in. Looking for the arm, possibly. They both scramble up to their feet.
He can get that arm inside. That's exactly what he's doing. He's going to wrench on that guillotine.
That's a neck crank of note.
Watch out, Simon.
Oh, this is a bad place for Mkhize to be in.
He's about to kilo his necky. Is Fafa Duama.
That's that traditional Congolese phrase, kilo your neck.
Yeah, kilo your neck.
I like that.
I've not heard that before. It is.
Guy scrambled so quickly. That was beautiful. Duama was going for the neck, then he isolated it, almost thought thinking about the arm, trying to keep his opponent down, but Mkhize did well to get back up to his feet. Good scramble by both gents.
Yeah, what a great way to kick off this fight, man. Turning very high energy, and he's going.
Oh, beautiful transitions, great in the flight.
And goes into half guard, now back into side control. It's Fafa Duama. He is battling, looking for a finish, is Duama.
Duama's being a heavy flyweight backpack right now on Mkhize and not letting him go. He's got both locks on.
Bobby Karagianidis had to warn him about grabbing on the fence instinctively, just trying to stay upright. And Duama's just manhandling him right now, doing a great job But don't count out Mkize. He is grabbing onto legs, arms. He is really looking for subs.
Yeah, he's doing all he can to defend, isn't he? But Duama doing so well to stay on top. And he's still got that leg. He's rolling with it.
Watch out. Cranking on that leg, turning the ankle. And Mkize's looking to end this.
No, Duama's shaking his head. He's not got it in.
I always cringe just a little bit anytime they start wrenching on these ankles. You don't want to see somebody's
He's really
ankle
trying to pull
pop.
up. He's trying to hit for again. He's isolated almost again. He's got his right arm threaded through Duama.
Right hand. Fafa Duama.
Great shot from underneath.
What a battle. Hey, this is such a great representation of our flyweight division right now. These two are putting on a show here in Cape Town.
And again, Mkize gets to his feet. What a great show of guts, but still Duama keeping the pressure on.
Back down again. Hitting his head against the mat is Mkize.
Bobby Carragini's taking a very good look at Temba.
Violent takedowns. Just violent.
Incredible takedowns. And crowd's starting to go crazy. We hear the Congolese community behind us shouting. They're very impressed to see their guy perform like this. A dominant wrestling display. But good scramble from Mkize. It's all action here at flyweights here at the EFC tonight in Goodwood, Cape Town.
Just incredible action here in round number 1. And when you looked at the card, maybe you saw this fight and you didn't think it was going to be the fight that it already is. Yeah. But if you know a little bit about MMA and you know the talent of these two, you knew this was going to be good. We knew this was going to be a great little scramble here, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Yeah, and I was talking about how Fafa Duama always goes to decisions and always goes 3 rounds, but it wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't go past a second. Looking in beautiful form today.
He's had a few opportunities as Fafa Duama. But Mkize is most definitely hanging in this fight, and very, very crafty, and right back on top goes Temba Mkize.
Wow. Great turning.
Duama's going to give up his back. That's a scary, risky move by Fafa Duama.
Well, Duama's got some good judo. He's got good submissions defense. He's been in situations like this before. But it's certainly not a good place for him to be, because we do know how dynamic in his submissions Temba Mkize is.
Trying to get out the back is Duama, but not able to do so. The hooks are still in, barely in for Mkize, but just enough to do damage. Under a minute left in round number 1. 2 flyweights. Putting it all out here in the hexagon.
What a tough round for both these guys. Oh, great transition.
Beautiful.
Well, Fafa Duama's really showing some superb top game. Temba Mkize had just a look in, didn't he? Just for like one minute there. Oh, he's turning around for the choke.
Looking for a north-south choke there is Fafa Duama, and Mkize may get the better of him here. Just tied up at the shoulders are Mkize and Duama. 10 seconds to go.
That was a good sprawl by both gents. Nice little left high rubber guard from Mkize, but he's going to be saved by the bell, that's for sure. What an incredible round.
That was a great round. Well done by both fighters. And as much disrespect has been thrown around, you know that they're earning each other's respect right now inside the hexagon.
Yeah, I just thought we just watched 3 rounds right there in just 1 round, in 5 minutes. That had everything.
It really did.
Both guys are just so fast.
Fafa Duama is showing us something with those takedowns, and it's not even anything real technical as much as you just ragdolling him, just brutal, powerful takedowns. And just for his size, extremely strong is Fafa Duama. Here is the replay brought to you by Restonic, supporting Dream since 1938.
Hard on his head as well, and referee Bobby Carradines had a good look when he came down. And Mkize trying to go for the Kimura, and a beautiful work by Duama, just turning him around and using it for the takedown and getting on top. And it was just to see how Duama was able to dominate on top there against a guy like Mkize, who's got really good submission defense. When his first pro win was a first-round armbar against Jeremiah Maketa. So he's really no slouch on the ground. And Duama really pulled off a fantastic round of submission grappling over him there.
UFC 75, Temba Mkize looking to have another great competitive round against that man, Fafa Duama. Hashtag EFC 75 wherever you're watching this great event on all of your social media platforms. Dragon Energy brings you round number 2.
Congo against South Africa, another classic matchup we witness here in Cape Town all the time. And it always gets the crowd going. When you have flyweight action like that, it's just almost feels like a main event.
Especially flyweights that you kind of get the feeling they can finish the fight at any point. That's what makes it so much more exciting. A lot of fair-weather mainstream fans don't get excited when they see the smaller guys. They don't think the knockouts are possible, the finishes are possible. But these two are going for the kill. They are not just trying to get to the end of the third round.
Oh, that was a nice right uppercut there from Duama. And the crowd are loving it. And so it's almost it has a main card feel about this prelim fight.
It does.
And it's almost packed out already here in Goodwood at Grand West.
Well, the future of the flyweight division hangs in the balance. And, of course, our main event goes with that theme as well, as the flyweight title on the line between Zulu and Joshua. Big uppercut by Duama. One right back from Mkize. And Duama is going to try to stack him up in the corner and land some ground and pound.
Nice little ankle pick on the right by Duama to take the opponent down, but he's back up on his feet as Mkize, but he's taking some tough knees in the breadbasket. This is a tough place for him to be in.
Just pushing towards the fence is Fafa Duama. Mkize is in a defensive position. Hard to score points in that position, as Fafa Duama has been bringing the fight since the opening horn.
Such a good grappler. I mean, such a good grinder. When he's in top control, Fafa Duama, there's not many people better in the flyweight division. Once he gets on top, he's very difficult to get out. Such a good grinder, such a good grappler. And Mkize giving it a good go. He's certainly not giving up. He's done a nice right elbow attempt. And he's getting his opponent. He's moving. He's able to ragdoll Fafa.
Gorgeous by Mkize as he lands a few elbows to the side of the head of Duama, but Duama slips out, and we're right back to business again.
Incredible. Well, it's non-stop action. These guys aren't stopping. They're taking off where they left in the first, right into the second with non-stop action. Some great reversals, some great transitions, and great to see Duama back on top. But then again, Mkize is really crafty. He's got some beautiful submissions. Got a good rubber guard as well. He's got a nice triangle, this young lad.
And he is always grabbing for the wrist, working the knees, looking for the triangle. He has a lot of options at his expense. Fafa Duama, very explosive, though, and has been smart not to fall into any traps.
Yeah, that's nice. Mkize is always moving. He's always trying to defend. Like you said, he's always looking for exits. He's always looking for options. He's always staying active. It's been very difficult for Duama to rain down any kind of ground and pound. And yet again, he gives Themba Mkize the opportunity to get up. We saw it in the first round where Fafa Duama had his opponent down the ground and Mkize was able to get back up. Great display of fortitude by Themba Mkize.
Back on top, though, now sitting in the guard is Fafa Duama. Can he get anything done, any damage done? Part of the new unified rules is that not only do you have to get the takedown, but you have to do damage to go with it. And going for a submission like this is going to score points as well for Themba Mkize. So very, very tough to judge for our officials.
Yeah, he's pretty handy off the bottom, is Themba Mkize. Like he's had that great armbar in his professional debut against Jeremiah Nketa. So it's not a great place for Duama to stake. If he's going to, like you said, if he's going to stay in this guard for 3 rounds, he's not going to be scoring points.
Look at that triangle attempt right now. He has got the leg up. He's nearly got it in, but not quite that tight.
Really, ideally, he needs to get his left leg across the back of the neck of Fafa Duama and then lock it in and pull it down to actually get the triangle choke, but it's not on. Still, not a great place to be for Duama, and it's a difficult position for him to rain the ground and pound down, but Themba needs to transition with his guard to make more advantage of that, to get the triangle in.
Yeah, just not really putting any sort of pressure on the neck like he would like to is Mkize, but he is attempting these submissions and he continues to attack. Although Fafa Duama's on top, I think you got to score points for Mkize in this scramble.
Yeah, definitely, and some really nice submission attempts. He's in half. His guard is down now, so he's able to. Fafa Duama should be able to come up and posture up and rain a bit of elbows down, which is what he's looking to do. But now he's completely back in Themba's guard.
20 seconds left here in round number 2. Duama and Mkize, 30FC 75. Who's going to finish this round strong? Can Duama stay on top?
It's going to be very interesting to see how they come out in this third round, because both these athletes do absolutely everything. The third round could be a contest of the cardio. Wow.
Great work there for Duama to end the round on top, showing a little bit of dominance, and that is the end of round number 2. And interesting to see how these judges are going to score. I think it's a very tightly contested fight all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to – I'll ask you, but I don't know what sort of response you're going to give me. What do you think after 2 rounds? You have a possible score in your head.
Yeah, I do. I'm giving it to Duama at the moment because I still think he was active enough to cause quite a bit of damage. He was able to rain a bit of ground and pound. He also went for a lot of submission attempts himself. I think in that round, all that Temba was able to get in terms of the judges' eyes was perhaps a decent submission attempt off the back when he was trying to use his rubber guard to get the triangle in.
Let's look at the replay here, and there's that throw by Temba Mkize using the momentum of Fafa Duama against him and landing a few elbows.
Yeah, marginal on the legality of those elbows, but there weren't enough there to cause any kind of damage to Fafa Duama. But it was really where he needed to move his rubber guard around the back. He's trying to pull down the back of the head of Duama, but he didn't really have the lock in the right position to get the triangle. Still, it was a good defensive display of BJJ off his back. So,
analysis on Lesedi.
Lesedi said that she's really looking for the co-main event, and she's got Cal Pacino for the win.
Does she?
She does indeed. That's how invested our RDG
How much time have you been
goes.
spending with Lesedi? I feel like you've been putting in way too much time. You're a married man, Stevens. Keep it together, brother.
We just share the makeup room, I assure you.
Round number 3 coming up, brought to you by Dragon Energy Drink, high-performance energy drink. Duama Mkize.
Yeah, it's been great to see both the throws. The takedowns have been things of beauty here. Both guys have been able to pick each other up and score some absolutely superb takedowns and slams.
A nice little left hook on the exit. Didn't do a lot of damage, but it looked pretty. Mkize doing a great job of coming forward. It seems like there's a little bit more desperation. Seems like he's really going after it already here in round number 3. We'll see how much he commits to putting some damage on Fafa Duama.
Yeah, just trying to take the legs away from Fafa and then probably go in and try and score a couple of points. Hasn't been much striking, got to be said. There hasn't been huge exchanges with the fists, but it's something we may see. If we know that Mkize probably needs to look for a knockout or a finish, and we know the easiest way of doing that is, but he's going to have trouble against Fafa Duama, who's able to back Mkize back about the cage and then beckons him forward again.
Looking to stay undefeated is Temba Mkize. And we do know that Fafa Duama in his 3-fight pro career has never been finished. He's lost, but only by decision. So Mkize definitely has a task to complete, trying to take out Kilo Yomombele, Fafa Duama.
Still very impressed with Temba Mkize to come out like this and defend in the way he has these past 3 rounds on his EFC debut. If the guy's feeling any pressure, you wouldn't know it, that's for sure. And that's a hard right kick to the body from Fafa Duama.
Can you believe still some huge matchups coming here? Interim Bantamweight Championship. Rutando Biko, Cal Elnor, Joe Cummins, Armand Skipper is very excited about that. And how about Torbjorn Madsen making his return to the EFC against Longwa?
Duama's headhunting. Faked the right uppercut, but he's looking to headhunt, and he's backing Temba up against. And again, he beckons him forward into the center of the hex. This will be the first fight this evening to go to the 3 rounds, I believe. Which kind of gives a display of all that action we've had here at Goodwood tonight.
Well, it's been a special night thus far with so many big matchups still to come. Teasing the takedown and lands the big front kick.
Mkize says no problem, didn't hurt, didn't connect to him.
Sure looked like it connected. About halfway point here of round number 3, and Mkize has to show some desperation. He has to go after it. Don't want to rush in there, but at the same time, you can't lay back for too long. You got to score points.
He's still giving it a go. Mkize needs to stop waving off these little fists. He needs to actually finish this fight if he can in this 3rd round. So at the moment, it's Duama who's in the ascendancy, and probably, I would definitely say ahead on the points, wouldn't you?
How about that combination?
Nice.
Beautiful right and left from Duama. Beating up on the head of Mkize. Mkize has to show us something.
Yeah, and Fafa Duama's just happy to counter. He can stay on the feet knowing he's got 2 rounds in the bag, and he can just wait for Temba Mkize just to come forward, and he can just look for the counter. And he's scoring the points in the looking for the spinning back elbow. We just thought it'd be better back out of it, which is a good decision.
Yeah,
that wasn't on.
Not in a good place to land that one. Big swing and a miss by Mkize.
I think the advice from Janis Jacoby to his protege had been to come out and try and knock him out. but he's not going to do it that way, unfortunately. So it's actually Fafa Duama who has the 6.7-inch reach advantage with the fists, and he's using that to good advantage.
Nice kick to the body there by Mkize, and we've got about a minute left to operate. Can Temba Mkize show us something? Can he explode here in this last minute? Or is he going to let Fafa Duama possibly coast to a victory?
A pretty decent cagecraft there from Fafa Duama, cutting off the angles on the hexagon and then backing out back into the center and asking his opponent to come forward again.
As expected, you know, things slowed down just a little bit from that first flurry, man. Things were moving at a high speed.
Good left from Duama.
But being inside of this hexagon for 15 straight minutes is no joke.
And both guys are able to still put on a pretty decent show. I mean, those first 2 rounds, the scrambles were absolutely blistering. They were so quick.
Oh, beautiful spin kick, but he missed on it.
That certainly got the crowd going. And it was Duama who kind of, again, it was Duama's turn to be dismissive of his opponent's striking.
Straight out of a Kung Fu movie there. Through the big spin kick, looking for the finish. Mkize, at least we know he's throwing everything at Duama he's got left. But it just doesn't seem like he's going to have enough when this fight goes to the scorecards. Fight is over. 15 minutes of action. And it appears that Duama got the win, but we just don't know. You never want to count your chickens here in MMA. But Fafa Duama seemed to have strung together a pretty nice little victory.
And he's beckoning to the Congolese crowd, celebrating with them. They love that.
Trying to get some chants out of the crowd here at the Grand Arena. A raucous crowd, a wild crowd that's only going to get wilder and louder as we go, folks.
But I don't mind that fight going 3 rounds if it's always going to be as entertaining as that. I mean, I was complaining going into this fight that he always goes to decision, but if he goes to decision and puts on great shows like that, I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
Absolutely.
That was a cracking fight. Thoroughly
being
enjoyable.
raised up by Fadal Edris. He feels like he has the W all wrapped up. Judges have surprised us before. Fafa Duama, though, showing that he is a force to be reckoned with in this flyweight division. Temba Mkize needs to go back to the drawing board and show us a little bit more aggression. As you saw, Duama easily just got out of the way and landed that left hook. Beautiful kick to the body.
Yeah, his striking was looking great, and we know what a great judo practitioner he is and how good he is on the ground. But showed some really nice striking, some great counters in that 3rd round as well. And he was Temba Mkize pressing the triangle button on the PlayStation 4 controller in the Tekken there. Really didn't get anywhere with it, as usual. But still, the crowd loved it. And it did get the crowd going. It was entertaining. Look, he gave it a shot.
He had to hold down the left shoulder and then throw the triangle.
Is it the left shoulder plus triangle?
So.
I think it's
the modifier.
Well,
big geeks.
I was never good at Tekken. I was a Street Fighter guy. But still, it got the crowd going and set it up really nicely. He knew that he was 2 rounds down and wasn't going to get anywhere with the feet and the counters, so he thought he'd give it a go, and why not? A great performance by both flyweights. Like I said, blink and you miss it, and those first 2 rounds certainly delivered. Interesting to see where Fafa Duama goes here, and a great indictment of what's happening at Fighters Inc. here in Cape Town. They really are putting on some great shows. They're putting on some great fighters coming through the Fighters Inc. And if you're sparring with guys like Faiz Jacobs and you've got someone like Fidai Edris who's watching your career and trying to look after it, then you're going to be turning out like a guy like Fafa Duama. Beautiful display of transitions and scrambling, a great ground game. And only in the 3rd round did it really start to become a fist fight. I was looking forward to a pretty good kickboxing in the 1st round, but really, it was all on the ground. Let's get the rubber stamp of the official's approval now with Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Ferrier scores the fight 29-28. Duama. Judge Olivier scores the fight 29-28. Temba. And Judge Stadler scores the fight 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Fafa Kilo Yomombele Duama.
I'm here with your winner, Fafa Duama. Fafa, interesting scores. Are you confident that you won that fight?
Nathalie Graham, this is someone who's running for me. I'll wait for him. This is blessed. I'll wait for him. I give you a chance. You fight me or beat me, I'm gonna beat him. I'll wait for him. I tell him, Graham, this month my birthday by my son. Never you lose, never focus to win for my birthday for my son. Thank you guys, thank you people, thank you Team My Congo, thank you Captain. Now promise me no first time you fight here. Now win. You see people, you come and watch. 125 for a fight. Thank you people, thank you Graham.
Congratulations, that was a great performance, wonderful display. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Fafa Kilo Yomombele Dwama.
Special win there by Papa Dwama, a very, very happy man there. Kilo Yomombele showing that he is a fixture in this flyweight division. Now sitting at 3 in a row. There's no telling who we're going to see next in front of Papa Dwama, and I can't wait to see that. EFC 75 continues to roll on as Dwama celebrates. More to come. Big fight.